Story 1. Dana Mangi. In 2007, 25-year-old Dana Mangi, a Chicagoland native and Prospect High School graduate from Arlington Heights, Illinois, was living comfortably with her parents. The 2004 Loyola University graduate was preparing to start veterinary school in the fall when her life would come to a harsh and abrupt end. Enter Patrick Ford, a man she had only known as an acquaintance for 6 years, who would fatally betray her trust on August 18th. The day after the slaying, at 5:30 a.m., during a hot and humid Chicago morning, Patrick would call the police saying he had attempted to delete himself and that he had slain someone. Authorities rushed to his Wrigleyville apartment, where Ford freely reiterated his confession. It was then that they discovered Dana deceased from stab wounds and strangulation in his bedroom. In 2010, Patrick pleaded guilty, but also claimed mental illness. He received a 35-year sentence. During the sentencing, he profusely apologized to Dana's family. "I know that my words can't help you, and I took something from you that I can never give back. But I swear to you that I did not mean to do what I did, and if there was anything I can do or say to take away your pain, I would. I promise you that. And all I can do is keep you in my prayers forever and let you know that I'm just so sorry." Dana's mother, Barbara Mangi, struggled for years with the absence and senseless murder of her daughter, but eventually forgave Patrick for what he had done. She even writes back to the letters he sends her from prison. Story 2. Toilet Man. In February 1989, during the dead of winter in the small village of Miyakoji, Fukushima, Japan, a sickening event unfolded. Yumi Tanaka, a diligent young elementary school teacher at Dulu Elementary, had just finished teaching and was about to call it a day at around 5 p.m. But not before she went to take a shiznit. See, back in the late 80s, Japan had mostly squatting toilets. These toilets were barely more than holes in the ground connected directly to septic tanks. Unfortunately, Yumi encountered the biggest surprise of her life. While she was squatting, she looked down the hole and saw a man's black shoe. Alarm bells started going off, and she quickly summoned other teachers and the police. When the authorities arrived, they discovered not just a shoe, but a whole deceased man in the tank. He was shirtless, covered in feces, and frozen solid like a Klondike bar. After being removed and washed down twice, an autopsy revealed what we already knew. He died of hypothermia. The man was identified as Naoyuki Kanno, also referred to as Naoyuki Sugano in some reports. Naoyuki, who vanished a few days ago, was rumored to be either having an affair with Yumi or a friend of her husband. The exact relationship details remain murky. Still, to this day, no one knows how he got into the septic tank, as it was an extremely tight fit. Was he a peeping Tom, or was he placed there? We may never know. Story 3. Porsche Girl. It was Halloween, 2006, Southern California, and a young woman had her whole life in front of her. However, 18-year-old Nikki Catsouras, who had a challenging past, including a battle with a brain tumor at age 8, faced difficulties that were compounded by her health history. Her doctors had warned that the radiation treatment she received at the time might affect her future impulse controls. In 2005, she began avidly snorting coca, leading to hospitalization due to the resulting psychotic episodes. However, on the day of the incident, it started as a normal day. Nikki and her family ate lunch in the family home in the posh community of Ladera Ranch, California. Her father, Christos Catsouras, headed out to work afterwards while the rest of the family relaxed at home. A few minutes later, his wife and Nikki's mother, Leslie Catsouras, noticed Nikki pulling out the driveway in the family's Porsche 911 Carrera. She was strictly forbidden from doing this very thing. Leslie called Christos, and he immediately phoned 911. They promptly put him on hold. When they came back, they informed him that his daughter had crashed. Nikki was driving at more than 100 miles per hour when she attempted to switch lanes, then clipped a Honda Civic, lost control, and slammed into a concrete toll booth. She was found still strapped into her seat, but her head had been crushed. The accident was so heinous that the coroner would not allow Nikki's family to identify the body. Unfortunately, the internet got hold of the gruesome crash scene photos of her and began circulating them on the internet mere days after the incident, even going as far as emailing the images of her body directly to her family. Sickening.